All right, this is the next part and last part of the asthma video. I have two of my friends here, Dan, 5th grade, Dominic, 3rd grade. They're both athletes. They both do well in gym. They both have inhalers. So because of that, I found it a pretty good idea to give their insight instead of just my insight. First of all, let me ask you guys, what sports do you play, Dom?
Baseball in the spring, soccer in the winter.
Dan?
Baseball, hockey, and football.
All right, so obviously those sports, especially the soccer and the hockey and the football, they're running constantly, so I'm sure their asthma is acting up. Let me ask you guys the first question. How long have you had asthma? Since you know from the beginning, or?
Since I was born, I think.
You too, Dan?
Yeah.
All right, so they've had asthma and they've had to deal with it so far their whole life, even though they're young. They only know having asthma. Does asthma bother you in any way while you're sitting in a library or in a classroom or just at your house?
No.
You?
No.
All right, so normally the asthma acts up during activities, exercise, gym class, sporting events. When does your asthma bother you the most?
When I'm playing futsal, when I'm running around in the cold, sometimes I get gassed and I can't really breathe that well.
What about you?
During hockey. And
All right, so think about it. During hockey, it's cold in there. He said it bothers him in the cold, so the cold weather can bother the lungs. It can make the airways close up a little bit, and then we have a problem. Does your asthma ever bother you during gym class?
no.
Now, Dominic, when do you take your inhaler?
I take my inhaler in the morning and before bed.
And he also brings it to gym, and there was a stretch where he was taking it at exactly 11 o'clock. So I don't know if things were heating up during that time with the asthma or not, but what about you? Just whenever you need it?
Yeah.
All right, so some students have a whatever you need basis. They have their inhaler with them. Now, we're not allowed to let a student participate in gym without having an inhaler, at least on the premises. What do you feel like when you have a flare-up or an asthma attack?
It feels like I can't breathe and it shut down for at least a couple seconds.
Feels like my chest is like tightening up.
Chest is tightening up. That's one of the symptoms that we talked about. So because of that, you guys need to take your medicine, right?
Yes.
And now, how long after you take your medicine does it make you feel better?
Makes me feel better.
Right away?
Yeah.
You too, Dan? All right, so that's amazing that they have medicine that can do that. Can you think of a certain activity that you can't do because of the asthma?
No.
Right, so we talked about yesterday on the first part of the video, most of the students who have asthma can do it, but sometimes we need to modify them, make sure we have their medicine schedule, and that's pretty much it. That's all I need from you guys. I hope that's all you guys need, and thank you, and thank you.